All right, Leah, I'm going to turn it over to you to get us started.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I know it's getting ready to rain outside here in High Point, but we will get through this meeting. We had a lot to cover this evening, so I hope you guys are ready to take notes. And if you have questions, let us know. Yes, Eddie, it looks like Kayla did share the agenda. If not, if you can't see it, let her know. We'll put it back in there. But I want to get started with an icebreaker. So I have a couple different kind of questions and kind of did you know questions. And if you know the answer to them, I want you to either tell us in the chat or you can just say it out loud on the call. So going with our theme, to give cancer the boot, I have 3 questions that are country related. So I wanted to put the first one out there to see. Relay started in 1985. Does anybody know 2 of the most popular country singers that sang the song Real Love in 1985? It was on the country top 100. And these are 2 top very popular, still alive country singers from 1985. Does anybody know who sang the song Real Love? And it's a duet that sang a lot together.
Did you sing a couple lines for us?
No, I cannot. No, it wasn't Garth Brooks. There's 2 of them. One of them has a theme park. Yes, Eddie, you're right. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. They sang in 1985, their song Real Love was on the top country charts. And I did listen to it, Jordan, the other day, and I was like, no, I don't even know this song. But I was 5 when this song came out. So you know, I don't know that I would have listened to it or know what it was. I can sing, but I don't think I'm going to sing this, Laura. And also the next question, who invented the first cowboy boots? Does anybody know where the first, who invented the first cowboy boots? Who was it? Justin is a popular brand. But Tony, no. The name of the person who invented the first cowboy boots, his name is Charles Heyer, and he invented the very first cowboy boots in 1870. And it was in regard to being out on the ranch in Mexico and out in Texas. So he is the one that is credited. Yeah, Eddie said before his time, mine too. The next question, the last one that I have, who is credited with cowboy hats? The nickname of their cowboy hats is the Boss of the Plains. Whose cowboy hats are the Boss of the Plains? And this is a very popular cowboy hat. Yes, Eddie, Stetson. So yes, Stetson is the most popular cowboy hat, and they were credited to be the first manufactured cowboy hat in 1865. So good job, Eddie. I'm going to take you with me. I know Eddie, you guys, if you don't know, Eddie was on Jeopardy. He is a filing cabinet of meaningless stuff that one day will hopefully take him far and wide, and we all need to take him to our trivia night. So thank you, Eddie, for your vast knowledge and your answering of our icebreakers. I'm going to turn it back over to Kayla.
All right, awesome. I am going to share my screen with you guys. Eddie, I did put the agenda in the chat again. I don't know if you can maybe see that one. If you guys can't see the agenda, it's totally fine. I'm going to email it out with the meeting recording once we have it ready to go. And I have a PowerPoint that'll kind of walk us through the agenda tonight. So don't worry if you can't download it. I think I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties today. So no worries, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we will do a little mission moment. Okay, I see Eddie. All right. All right, so as we know, March is colorectal cancer awareness. So I see some of you wearing your blue tonight. So cool to see everybody kind of uniformed and wearing their blue in support of Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. And so I'm going to try and share this quick little video for us, just encouraging screenings. Remember, if you're 45 years or older, be sure to talk to your doctor about getting screened for colon cancer. So I'm gonna try and play this. If you guys can't hear it, let me know, but you should be able to, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hi, my name is Michael. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. This year, I'm celebrating 10 years of cancer survivorship. In March 2012, I was diagnosed with an aggressive stage 3B rectal cancer. After 11 months of treatment, I was declared cancer-free in May 2013. I'm here to tell you cancer screening saves lives. If you're age 45 or older, talk to your doctor about getting screened for colorectal cancer.
All right, so just what he said. All right, make sure you get your screenings done. And I am going to turn it over to, actually, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can share another fun screen here in a minute. And I will turn it back over to Leah.
All right, so we are going to do our participant registration drawing. You know, you guys, last month we had a challenge to see how many people we could get registered. So Kayla's going to pull up that screen and we're going to see who our winner is. And we have a little prize for you.
All right, and remember, these are people that were registered before February 15th. But we wanted to do our drawing live during the meeting. All right, Leah, are we ready?
We're ready.
Let's go.
Teresa.
So Teresa, you will have a relay swag bag coming your way.
Awesome.
Let me take a picture.
And you guys,
of
Teresa registers her whole team at her office. So they all give her their emails and says, here, help me, help me. So Teresa is her office lady when it comes to helping everybody register. So congratulations, Teresa. All right.
Give me 2 seconds and let me
right.
jump back in.
Hi.
Oh no. Okay. We already did that. All right.
Yes.
That's you, Leah.
All right. So again, our theme is Give Cancer the Boot. And so tonight I wanted to kind of go through our event details and about our theme. So I wanted to share with you guys, I ordered some purple bandanas to go with our Give Cancer the Boot. I've also, I'll probably be wearing this on the stage. My lovely, and it's not a Stetson, but it's a lovely purple cowboy hat. And then for some of our activities and games, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it is an inflatable horse. So some of our little activities that I want to incorporate is horse riding. So we have some little inflatable horses, but I encourage you guys to get excited about our theme, to Give Cancer the Boot. Again, it is our theme and our date is Friday, May 13th. It is from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. At Creekside Park in Archdale. So it's a very central location. It's a well-lit location. It's a very safe location. We encourage you, if you haven't already registered, to go onto our website, therelayforlife.org, Triad NC, and register and get that word out to your friends and family, to your people at work, to your neighbors, to your everybody, and let them know, hey, I want you to come out and support us and be a part of our event. I was actually today training with a new person in our office, and she lives in Clemens. And so I had some flyers that I took into the office with me today, and she's like, hey, can I have one of those? So just get the word out. You never know where you can have those kind of conversations and be able to bring that up and to talk about our event and get people excited about it. So also in here, other event business, and I didn't find this, but our spirit sticks. So want to encourage our teams to create your spirit stick. And so this is a picture for our team, one of our teams last year that had a spirit stick. And so what we want you to do is utilize whatever you can find, you know, whether it's a roll from a wrapping paper or it's a dowel rod, whatever you can find to create a spirit stick from. So, you know, we can use tulle, you can use balloons, you can use any kind of thing to get creative. So the idea behind the spirit stick is to carry that throughout the track, throughout the night while you're walking. Stephanie and I gave out prizes last year for, when we saw people with their spirit sticks walking on the track. So it's just something fun to kind of get that recognition for your team. Your campsite applications, the deadline for that, and I know Jordan is going to talk a little bit about that, and Joe tonight with our logistics updates. But the deadline for campsite applications, and this is a form, if you need one, or it is on our forms and documents on our website. So this is really to help us know what you need at your campsite, what you might be bringing for online, on-site fundraising. And so that way we can kind of plan out where to put our teams and how to place everyone. The deadline for that is the 29th, and those need to be sent back into Joe. So that way he has an idea of what to expect and kind of where we need to place everyone. On-site fundraising ideas. So we want to talk about tonight some, planning out your food and your different activities that you want to have at your campsite, whether you want to make hamburgers and hot dogs, whether you want to have, sell popcorn or candy, or have fun, games like riding the inflatable pony, and, asking for a donation for kids to go out and do that, for a couple minutes, and creating a little, fun atmosphere and environment at your campsite, and getting creative with those on-site fundraising ideas. Luminary fundraising, the deadline for that will be May 6th, and that way we can make sure that we are printing out all of those luminary labels, and we're getting all that prepared and set up. You guys can still create and decorate your own, but if you want a printed label, the deadline for that is going to be May 6th. Our silent auction fundraiser.
Leah, can I interrupt you just for a second?
Yeah.
While we're on luminary.
Yes.
Last night, I was on a Zoom call with the ELT. I guess is it regional? But anyway, what we do is it's just a 30-minute call once a month, and we share ideas. And one of the big ideas, well, last night was on fundraising. So one of the big ideas was about luminary. And what someone suggested is like using the schools, maybe like an art department. It doesn't even have to be a junior high. I mean, it could start all the way down in kindergarten. And what happened is everybody in the class was given a bag, and they decorated this bag. But attached to the bag was the reason of the bag, what it was for. The children took this bag home. The parents were supposed to read why they decorated this bag. And if they wanted to donate, they sent the bag and the donation back to school. And then, of course, we would use the luminary bags at our event. So I thought that was a great idea. And some of the other ideas, they said, like if you're having a party or a family reunion, add a luminary station to that party. And maybe that would be a good way to sell some luminary bags and reach your goal. Like I suggested, I'm having a family reunion the 1st of May, and we will have a luminary table at our family reunion, because everybody, our family has so much cancer in it, and this is going to be easy money and something fun to do at the dinner also. But luminary bags are the easiest way for you to reach your fundraising goal. Thanks, Leah. You're
welcome. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about is silent auction. So those forms, to get all of that, your bid sheets and everything, so Laura can get those printed and put out and put together. Our deadline for that is May 6th. So we also want to make sure that we get those turned in, and those be turned back in to Laura Johnson. So that way we can make sure that we get our bid sheets and everything together. So that's up and going. Also for sponsorships, if you guys know of businesses, your business, your church, anywhere that would be willing to give us a sponsorship or to provide a sponsorship for us for our event this year, please let us know. Start thinking about that, and any kind of business, church group we can reach out to. All right. And again, you guys, just a reminder, our forms, any of these forms that you may need, whether it's silent auction, luminary, the campsite application, all of that is on our website under the forms and documents page.
And also, I just uploaded the A to Z online, the A to Z on-site fundraising document on the website. So if you need some ideas for campsite fundraising, something you want to do something new, you want to do something different, great document to check out. It might not have exactly what you want to do, but it might spark some ideas for some on-site fundraising for Relay. So just keep that in mind as well. So that's under that same section on the website.
Absolutely. All right, so we kind of wanted to go over our goals for this year and kind of let you guys know kind of where we are. I know in the past we touched on this, and just to kind of give us an idea of what we're shooting for and where we're going, and where we want to be by the end of Relay season. So our event season goal is $215,000. Currently, we're at 67.4. So we got a good chunk, but yes, we want to get to that goal of 215,000. Our sponsorship goal is 35,000. Currently, we're at 11,005. So we're chucking along, and that's where, you know, our sponsorship dollars, those are big dollars or big money that helps, you know, support our relay, that gets the word out, and also in turn gets new people excited and kind of knowledgeable about what we do and why we do it. The participant goal, our goal is to have 500 participants there. Currently, we have 139 participants registered. And I feel like by the end of Relay, or by the time we get to Relay, that number will continue to increase as people get registered, and the night of Relay, you know, more people will come in. Our team goal is to have 60 teams registered. So if your team is not registered, go ahead and get them registered. Also, we are currently at 38 teams, so that's a good chunk. We're over halfway there. But yes, we want to have at least 60 teams registered. And then our survivor goal is 75. And then currently we have 30 registered. So if you know a survivor that's not registered yet, you know, help them get registered on the website and get their information in, because we do want to acknowledge them and to be able to celebrate them the night of Relay. All right, does anybody have any upcoming fundraisers that they want to share with our group tonight? Anything that that you're doing at your church or your business that you would like to share with us?
And if you don't have one right now or anything, feel free to always email that to me, and I can help push out that information. If you do have an upcoming fundraiser, but maybe you're still working on a date or something like that, feel free to send that over to me, and I'm happy to help kind of promote that. But feel free to come off mute or put in the chat box if you do have one, and we'll be able to share that tonight.
And I don't know if there's anybody new on here, but just to let them understand, you know, that the Day of Hope type of fundraising events, or the Night of Hope, where you can go to a restaurant or business, and they're usually agreeable to do anywhere from 10 to 20% donations. Those are really easy. And is that the form on the website for that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a really easy fundraiser to work with a business in the community.
Exactly. And I will say, I got a text right before the meeting from Holly West, who's with the West Warriors, and she's on our committee, and she did a Krispy Kreme fundraiser recently. And she just wanted me to, she couldn't be on tonight, but she wanted me to tell everyone thank you for their support in her fundraiser. It seems like they were pretty successful. So if you bought a box of donuts from Holly, she wanted me to let everyone know thank you. But I just want to put these two other fundraisers on your radar. First, I'll touch on this one first, the RSN t-shirt fundraiser. If your team has done this in the past, you know exactly what it is. Basically, it's a third-party company that partners with Relay for Life nationally, and you can take pre-orders for RSN t-shirts and turn those in, and it's a great way to raise money for your team. The welcome letter and the flyer for that information is on the website under forms and documents. So if you want more information, please look at that welcome letter. There should be contact information on there for the RSN folks if you have any questions for them. Great, easy fundraiser. I know several of our teams have done that in the past. So a good extra way to raise some money for your team. Also, just to give you kind of a teaser, I know last year we did bonfire t-shirts. So if you remember this, it was basically the t-shirts that had our event theme on them, and they said like Relay for Life of the Triad with our Game Over Cancer theme. So we're doing something very similar this year with the Give Cancer the Boot theme. So we're waiting on the mock-ups to come back now. So wanted to kind of let y'all know as soon as we have that finalized, we'll be pushing it out. So I'd love to see some of those t-shirts walking around the track too at Relay in May. I'm sure they're going to be great. They were great last year. But something new this year that Bonfire has kind of launched and is working with us on is you can actually take the t-shirt design that we select and put your team name on it. So if you're wanting to get matching team t-shirts, you can use that design and then create like a landing page for your team and put like, let's just say that we did one for the committee team, because I'm like on my screen, I see the lead. So the committee team popped in my head first. And you wanted to put like committee team on there and then send it out to all the members of your team, then they can go on and purchase that shirt from the website that has the team name on it. So if you want to personalize it a little bit more than just the event theme, that will be an option this year. So pretty excited about that. So excited to see how that works out for us, and hopefully some teams will take the lead on that and kind of do it, because I would love to hear feedback as to if they like that that option or not.
Will there be a selection of different styles of the shirts again this year?
Yep, so different styles, different colors, all of that will be up to the purchaser's discretion when they go on the website to make their purchase of t-shirts. So it'll carry over the same way onto those team t-shirts as well. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. If anyone wants to do some fundraising through t-shirts, that is definitely an option. So just be on the lookout for that. And the RSN stuff is on the website under forms and documents if you want to go ahead and get that information. Okay, this is me too. Okay, so some challenges and reminders. So we have a couple challenges coming up. The first of which starts today. Yay, how exciting. And we'll run until April 12th, which is our next team meeting. So we are running a Relay for Life of the Triad sponsorship challenge. So we'll have 2 winners for this challenge. The first winner will be the individual who turns in the greatest number of sponsorships. So say that you were able to collect 3 sponsorships for your team. That once they're turned in, as long as they're turned in before April 12th, and that can just be the commitment form, you have the potential of winning that winning number 1 spot. And then our second winner will be the individual who turns in the most money raised in sponsorship. So say that you get 1 sponsorship commitment, but it is $3,000. That's not even a sponsor level. It is $5,000. Then you have the opportunity to win that winning spot as well. So that will start tonight and it will run until our next meeting, and then we will announce those winners on the April 12th meeting. So make sure that you're looking and asking for sponsors within your network. Remember, any sponsorship that you do get confirmed does go towards your team total. So that can help your team members reach Hope Club if they're having some issues getting there or whatnot. So just keep that in mind. And then the sponsor packet is located on the website, so you should be able to download that. And of course, if you have any questions around sponsorship or the packet, feel free to reach out to myself or Holly, who is our sponsor lead.
Can I jump in real quick? I know you're getting ready to go into the next one, but I know you're going to talk about where to send money, but did you want to reiterate anything about turning in sponsor checks?
I can, yeah. I mean, I'll talk about money at the very end.
Yeah,
One thing that I will mention as far as sponsorship, This year, we do have the ability to take credit card sponsorship payments. So instead of just putting the credit card number on the form and turning it in, we actually have a link that they can process payment through like a company card and get a receipt automatically. So that is an option this year, and that information is on the commitment form. So there is a QR code on the commitment form to get to that link, and then we have the actual URL that we can send you as well if you need that. But we'll talk about turning in money at the very end. The other challenge to kind of put on your radar, since we were talking about Luminary earlier, this is hot off the presses. I just got this information today. March 21st through the 28th, we will be running a Light the Track Luminary Challenge. So remember what Laura Craven said, like some great ideas to kind of get Luminary sold, great team fundraising, easy team fundraising push. But what this will be is the team that sells the most luminaries between March 21st and March 28th will receive an initiative. And an incentive. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day. They will receive a prize. That prize is to be determined because this is such new news that we haven't determined a prize yet. So just be on the lookout for more information coming around that in the next couple of weeks as well. But great, easy way to sell luminaries, and you have the ability to win a prize if you sell the most. And I would love to see someone beat out Jane Stubbs. So that is my challenge to all of you.
Is this just our event only?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
This will be so we're doing it across Central Eastern North Carolina, but we will have one winner for our event.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So just be on the lookout for more information there. And when we reveal the prize, it's a surprise to me right now too. So good stuff. And just as a reminder, meeting attendance incentive reminder, for every meeting that you have a team member join the meeting, you will get 1 point to go into a drawing. I guess we'll be doing it at the April meeting. Maybe we'll wait and do it after the April meeting. But this will be for some relay bucks. So that'll go towards your team total as well. So just make sure, I know we have a lot of people on tonight, but make sure that you have a lot of people on in April as well, at least one representative from your team so that you can get that meeting attendance point for some relay bucks. I'm so excited to see who wins that. That'll be fun. All right, and I am going to turn it over to Jordan so he can share event logistics updates. And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so you guys, if he has anything he wants to share, I can do that. So I'll turn it over to you, Jordan.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to, that says host has disabled participant screen sharing. See if you can authorize me. In the meantime, I'll give you a couple of updates. Jason, who's with us tonight, appreciate it. He is working on getting us a generator. I have reached out to our volunteer pipeline, if you will. I've ordered us 20 volunteers, and they are being recruited right now. So we should have a little army of manpower. That's going to be important because we learned a little while ago that our usual method of transporting all of our stuff from the loading unloading zone to the field via golf carts is not going to be allowed this year. The park has a strict no golf cart rule, and they enforce it against every participant, no matter what, no exceptions. And Lord knows we tried with the exceptions. We did get a little bit of a give. They will have at least one golf cart on site that belongs to the park, and a park employee will drive it and essentially let us use it. That will be mostly for moving limited mobility participants, making it as easy as possible on the people who have the most trouble. For everybody else, we're going to carry it in by hand. I'll show you the map. It won't be very far, but I'll have 20 willing, able-bodied people ready to carry all your stuff in and out and help set it up and everything. Let's see if I can screen share now. Yeah,
Yeah,
here we
you
go.
should be the co-host now, Jordan. See if that
Perfect.
worked.
Yep. So I've got a couple different maps. I'll start with what I call the comprehensive map. Can y'all see that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
So the green is what is going to be our track. You can see in the middle here, it is kind of around a baseball field. If you go, what would be down to the bottom part, this would be the loading, unloading area down here. We will not allow any cars in the anywhere near the track area itself. So only people, no vehicles. Near home plate, you have the concession stand. That is where our money will be collected. Next to it, we believe we'll have an ice cream truck, potentially. Also, the concession stand is home to the restrooms, which will be open, stocked, and available to everyone. And those restrooms are big enough to serve 2 different baseball games going on at one time. So it'll certainly be big enough to serve us. Potential location for the dunk tank. I don't know if y'all can see my cursor moving or not. I'm pointing with it.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so potential location for the dunk tank here. And then as you follow the green track, large tent right here next to third base, that will be our survivor dinner. We wanted to put it close to the field, close to the tent, to the camp spaces as we could get. There is a exit in the field fence right here that pretty much opens right into the survivor dinner tent area.
We need to stress that's just the survivor tent. We're not having a dinner at this time.
Oh yeah, thank you for that.
I just don't want
Just the
people
survivor.
thinking, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. As you follow the path around, if I could, well, so there's a flagpole. It's pretty noticeable when you're out on the field, so it's a good landmark. You get back on the asphalt right here. This portion between the flagpole and the concession stand is grass. We have been out there numerous times, and we were told that it drains very well. It does not hold water and won't be muddy. You know, fingers crossed. The rest of the track is asphalt, so we're good there. The track comes around and makes a full loop. I did some quick math. The track is roughly 1,360 feet. A quarter mile or one lap around a football field is 1,320. So it's essentially the exact same as a football field. I will zoom in a little bit on some aspects that are going to be important. This will be the main entrance to the baseball field. It's a large opening in the gate. This will down here is where everyone will walk in and kind of join the fun. So that's the main entrance there. If we're going to have a bounce house, there's a gazebo over here to the right, and it has electricity, so the bounce house can be there. And this is a huge grass field that the kids can play in. The stage will be right here as you get onto the field, and the field itself is grass all out here, and then the bases are dirt. So we're going to stay off the dirt as much as we can. These squares represent tent spaces. Right now, I have it measured out for 41 spaces at 12 feet wide per space. So your tent is 10 feet wide. You get an extra foot on each side. Your neighbor gets an extra foot on each side. So that essentially leaves 2 feet extra between spaces. And that's somewhat flexible. We can always add more tent spaces. We can bend them around this curve and add more space. We can squeeze them here in the middle and add more space. My drawing, as crude as it is, does not accurately reflect how much space there is. There'll be 20 or 30 feet on each side of the silent auction tent, which will be right here. So when you're thinking about where to sign your team up, when you want to fill out the campsite application, we will have these numbered. I apologize for not getting that done, but it will start here 1, 2, 3, and we'll work our way back. So if you want a quieter space, take the back ones. If you want to be up near the stage in the middle of all the fun, take the front ones. that sort of thing. The next thing I want to share is loading and unloading. So this is the edge of the football field and the gate down here that I was just showing you to get you, and here's the track again. Here is a crude drawing of the loading and unloading area. We will have cars come in, and we have been given access to the first two, if you will, rows of parking. So cars will come in here, they can go 2 or even 3 wide. And as they come around, they will unload. My little army of volunteers will carry all the stuff in, and then those cars will pull on out and make room for the next cars to come in and load and unload. We will have spaces here for handicap parking. This is as close as we can get people to the field. And it's a pretty easy walk, maybe 100 feet or so. And the whole thing is on concrete. So if anybody's using a mobility device, they can get themselves down there without having to go through the grass or anything like that. We'll also have the golf cart if needed. And as a last resort, we could always put somebody who needs help getting around into a personal vehicle and bring them down here and drop them right here if we had to. The other parking spaces up here are going to be reserved by the park in case people are going to the rec center. That will be open. There's basketball courts, there's classrooms, and there's a large kiddie play area that other park patrons might want to go to. So the park is keeping some of that parking open for them. Finally, I will.
Jordan, where do people, after they unload, where are they being directed to park their cars?
I will show you if
I may have jumped ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That was my exact next one. Here we go.
Okay.
If I can get it loaded. Can y'all see my Google Maps now?
Yeah.
Okay, so bottom left is the field and track area. This is our track. This is the parking I just showed you. So I will wander around a little bit and just show you a bigger view of the park. The field and loading unloading area would be considered kind of the back left of the park. This is South Main Street, and this is the entrance to the park here. You go through this roundabout and you come around. So there is roughly 300 parking spaces kind of sprinkled out all throughout the park. There's a handful right up here. These will be for the people who get there absolutely dead last. Here is a little over 100 parking spaces. If you travel towards the campsites a little more, next to the tennis courts, about 30 parking spots. A little bit farther down still, you get to, there's our track area and loading and unloading. Going even farther out, instead of going here, you can take a right towards the basketball courts and volleyball courts. And it's not very well defined, but this is all parking here. There's about, there's about 100 spaces over here. And people regularly park in the dirt over here too if they have to. So what I would suggest is, obviously some of these are a good little walk away. You can see I can't even get them into the frame. There we go. That's a pretty decent walk away. Some people might want to drop their load and unload their stuff and their people and have one person, help them park farther away. But when you look at the map out from the high school, it's really not terribly much farther than we were having people park on the outer edges of the high school lot. So it shouldn't be too bad. You don't have to walk it, once.
And one thing too, I'll chime in, Jordan, as far as parking, they mentioned too, getting it cleared. There's a public library right nearby. So also being able to possibly use their parking, but as of now, I don't think that's confirmed. But that's right here. So
and there'll be plenty of signage to direct people to these areas. And probably the other thing to think about, I don't know if you need to do it or if the park will do it, is put some cones up around those main streets that people just don't park on the grass areas of the main drives, because I see people attempting to do that.
I'm told that during July 4th, that happens quite a bit, and that it's not necessarily frowned upon. I don't know how to stop sharing. Is that, no, that's not it. Have I stopped sharing? There we
No,
go. Stop
There
sharing.
you go.
All right,
There.
there we go.
Eddie asked, are walking areas well lit for returning to cars after dark?
Yes, generally there are power poles out there, light fixtures on them. It won't be super duper bright, but it will certainly be well lit. And there's at least some areas have sidewalks. When we are leaving, the park closes at 10, and they generally don't have many people there even that late. So when we're leaving, we should be 90+%. You know, pretty much everybody there will be with us, so that'll be good. And we will help load and unload as quickly as possible, and get people out of there. A couple of
Hey, Jordan, one more
Mhm.
question. I'm sorry.
No.
The rental truck, where will we park that?
We can talk about that during the committee meeting, but there's a
Okay.
spot.
All right, okay, good.
Yeah. For our teams, anybody who's interested in selling food, this park has their own rules about that. They have quite a few, they do a couple hundred events a year. So they have rules that are the same for everybody, whereas the high school was a bit more flexible because we were really one of their only few big events. This park, if you are going to sell food, that is offer food for money, you must have a permit from the health department. You must have a health rating. You must be inspected and all that. Obviously, no one's going to do that for a couple hours for one day. You are allowed to give food away. You are allowed to ask for donations. You are allowed to suggest a donation price, and you are allowed to accept donations. If you are just giving food away, you do not need a health department permit. You know, I could share half a sandwich with one of you all and not go to the health department for it.
So with that being said, when you do your signage, if you are planning on cooking or giving away food or however you want to look at that, just make sure your signage is very clear that it is whatever for a suggested donation of. Okay, so like don't put like one hot dog, $3. Like make sure it's
Right.
like one hot dog suggested donation, $3. So just make sure your verbiage is good, so that we don't get hit with the health department. And obviously we'll double check and have markers out there if we need to come through and like put in suggested donation. So just make sure that that's on your radar too, so that we can kind of avoid that permitting.
And with that, sometimes we have a team that will do like a deep fry, like hot oil. That is specifically not allowed at this park. To do hot oil, you have to have a special tent that has a fire rating. You have to have special fire extinguishers and so on. So they said under no circumstance any kind of deep frying, but regular grills, whether they're charcoal or propane, are allowed. They cannot go directly under your tent. They need to be out in the open air. You must have some sort of mat to protect the field from any kind of drips, and you must have a fire extinguisher, but regular grill is allowed. And one last thing, no spikes or stakes. This field has a sprinkler system underground, and it would be our luck that we would bang a tent spike right into a sprinkler head. It would flood the entire field and ruin the event. So no spikes or stakes. So consider that when you're thinking about how to keep your tent in place. You know, empty milk jugs, we can fill them up with water. We have a water tap there, and you can tie them to it, or 5-gallon buckets, and you know, sandbags, whatever you want. We can help with that. That's about it for logistics. I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has them.
And I know we'll go over logistics in the April meeting too. So if you think about questions between now and then, like feel free to email me or email Jordan or anybody on the logistics team really. And we'll be happy to help answer those, or we'll be going over logistics again in April. But if you have questions now, feel free to come off mute or put them in the chat box.
Jordan, do you want me to try to get a couple wheelchairs from work? I know we've done that in the past. Do you want me to try to do that again? Do you think we need
Yeah.
those? Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome. All right. Well, I am going to, if no one has any logistics questions, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again for a spotlight shout out and keep this thing going. And I will turn it over to Laura Craven to give this shout out.
Yeah, we just wanted to give a shout out to Journey Ashburg. This is, I believe, a church team, and they registered on February 23rd, just a few weeks ago. And I looked today and they already have almost, it's $891. And so that is an awesome effort by that new team.
Yay, congratulations.
Yay.
Excited to have a brand new team hitting the ground running. So how awesome for them. We are happy to have them. All right, and really quick, I'm gonna go over this. Turning in money. This is a question that is going to be very popular over the next couple months, I'm sure, as people are fundraising and collecting donations. So just want to go over the most efficient and quickest ways to turn in money. And of course, if you have questions after this meeting about turning in money, please reach out to me. The first way to process money, and this is the easiest way ever, is to download the ACS fundraising app on your smartphone, and you can actually process donations by credit card or by check through that app. So super easy. If you're with the donor, you can put in the credit card number, hit submit, it sends them a receipt right away. If you have a check that someone wrote you, you can literally take pictures of the front and the back and process it. And it is super easy. Sometimes when people turn in money to me, if it's only one check, I'll process money this way and put it under the team. So, I mean, I use it daily. So it's a super easy, efficient, effective, fast way to process donations. If you have questions about using the app, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I did a tutorial on it probably a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. So I can send you that video tutorial and kind of help walk you through it. So that is my first suggestion. Obviously, cash doesn't work that way, but if someone gives you cash and you can turn it into a cashier's check, then you can process it through the app as well. The second quickest way to process money is to call me or email me, and I will arrange a time to pick that up from you. And I can get it processed on my end and get that put on the website for you. So that's always an option as well. And I absolutely don't mind picking up money from you. I picked up money from a team captain earlier today. So it is not a problem for me to run out and get that. Just let me know so we can arrange a time and a place for it. The third way to get money in, and this is right now going to be the slowest option, is to mail in donations. So there is the address, the PO box, how you need to address the envelope, but this is going to take the longest. Right now, they're getting extremely backed up with processing money donations because, like you all know, we don't have our local office in Greensboro anymore. So there's a lot more donations going to one place than there has been in the past. So it's just getting a little bit backed up, and it's hard for me to track those checks now because I'm not able to talk to the office manager locally to see. So this is going to be the slowest option. So if we can avoid mailing in any donations and you can process it through the app or call me, that's going to be the quickest way. And those are the ways that I probably recommend. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have a sponsorship, we can pay with a credit card now. We have that online payment portal, and that's the quickest option for them as well. I know a ton of companies would rather write a check, and that is perfectly fine. If they need to mail it in, that is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with that. It just might take us a little while to see it on our end to be able to put it up on the website. If they cut a check and they're okay giving it to us locally, then I can swing by and pick up a sponsored check from them and process it so that they can get that on the website and get a receipt right away. So I know a lot of times people, you know, they send them money and they want to see it right away. So I'm trying to help you guys be able to see it right away. So just wanted to be fully transparent there. And of course, if you have questions about turning in money, turning in donations, please, please, please let me know. I'm so happy to help and so happy to walk you through any process there. Okay. And I'll turn it back over to Leah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions, whether for Jordan or one of us on the ELT, that you guys can think of or that you thought of while we've been on the call this evening?
This is not really a question, but, and it's certainly not a pat on the back to myself, but every meeting, we always talk about all these challenges, and it's like we're throwing challenges at you all the time. We're getting you to fundraise and find sponsors. And I don't want you to think that we're telling you this stuff and we're not just working as hard ourselves. Kayla shared with us emails that had posters and save the date cards. And I spent less than $4 at Kinko's just because I didn't want to use my little printer and use up all my ink. It was less than $4 at Kinko. They did it on cardstock. I was able to also share that in an email. I got 2 new members that way, and a neighbor next door I found out was a survivor. So it was just a really good way to start a conversation about what we do. I went to the doctor and was telling the nurse what I was doing, ended up with an auction item. So it's just, you know, a good way to start a conversation. But well, you know, we're asking you to do all this stuff, and just know that we're working just as hard. On the 22nd of February, just to play in on the 22222 thing, I just put a little quick shout out on Facebook. Kickstarted my fundraiser with $22. I woke up the next morning and I had $237 in my account. So y'all use Facebook and use your dashboard. That is the easiest way to get money. Now, when you put something on Facebook, it's seen for like 2 or 3 days and then people forget about it. It gets lost in all the other feeds. So it's something you just have to do every once in a while. Sometimes when you're sending emails, they'll see my name, they'll see Relay for Life in the subject, scroll on, but it's worth a shot. And you know, I had to increase my goal, so that was good. So it's easy. You just got to keep trying.
Yeah, I would chime in with the save the dates and everything. I've printed them off at work and had them all cut up and laying at my desk, and I'm putting them out in the branch. And one of my lenders came by, saw them, and he says, here's $60, and just gave me $60 cash just for seeing them. And so, I mean, it's the media like that. It is so easy to share with people. And I know that those, I'm assuming they're out there for everybody to grab and use as a push to
They're under the forms and documents section on the website. So they are there
easy to get to.
Yeah.
So easy to get to. So I agree with her. Hey, I got a question though, really important, Leah.
Yes.
Where did you get your purple hat?
I got my purple hat at Oriental Trading. It was $7. And yes, I'm very excited about it. And then I got a pack of bandanas and all the things. Oriental Trading, you guys, if you guys don't know about that and you want something quick and easy to throw in to decorate your campsite, I'm also probably going to try to go to Party City and Hobby Lobby because they have some country kind of themed stuff. I did get some boots and cowboy hats that I'm going to use to decorate around the stage. But yeah, so purple cowboy hat for $7 at Oriental Trading, and I got it pretty quickly when I ordered it. So and it's pretty sturdy. It's not like a flimsy, like you would think like paper or foamy hat. Like it's pretty sturdy. So I'm excited about it.
Good.
All right, any other questions, you guys? If not, we will talk about our next meeting.
All right. All right, so our next meeting is going to be Tuesday, April 12th at 6 p.m. Again, we will have the option, hopefully, of a hybrid and in-person option. I know tonight we kind of had, we had to kind of make sure that we had everything in a row. Valerie had something come up, and so we weren't able to use the studio this evening. But yeah, so we will have the in-person option and also virtual, our Zoom option. So Kayla will provide that link to us before the meeting happens. But if you guys have anything or any questions or any concerns or things that you think about before then, please let us know. Please email us and reach out to us. Keep talking about Relay, keep getting it out there. Wear your Relay shirts to the grocery store. You know, that's an easy way to start a conversation. You know, wear a Relay shirt and say, hey, you know, like, yeah, I do Relay. I'm involved in this, and this is what it entails. And I love it. Like, to show your passion and why you do what you do. That's going to engage people in those conversations with you. And you may not ever know, you may have something come up and have a new Relay team or a new member on your team. So
Exactly.
Hey, I wanted to give one shout out, and I wanted to wave at Deanne. Welcome. It's been a while, so welcome. I'm glad that you're back with us.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, I'm glad everyone could join us tonight. It was good to have lots of faces on here. Love seeing the cameras on. It makes me happy to see your face. But if you were on the committee, let's start that meeting. I'll give you, how about we take a little potty break and we'll start that meeting in 5 minutes. So just a couple minutes after 7, but we'll hop on there soon. But for everyone else, I look forward to seeing you all in April. And if you have questions in the meantime, let us know.
have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.